Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a simple question. How do you treat your money? Do you spend it carelessly or do you manage it wisely, making sure every dollar counts? Time is more valuable than money, yet many people fail to realize this fundamental truth. While money can be earned, saved, invested, and even lost and regained, time is a resource that, once spent, is gone forever. No amount of wealth can buy back a single second, making time the most precious asset we have. Understanding this concept can change the way we approach life, our decisions, and our priorities. Think about how society values money. People work hard, budget their expenses, and look for ways to grow their financial wealth. They track their income and expenditures, ensuring that they are making wise financial decisions. But when it comes to time, many individuals fail to execute leaders who understand the value of time. They recognize that time is their most significant asset and they guard it carefully. They do not waste it on trivial matters, unnecessary meetings, or distractions. Instead, they invest their time in learning, building relationships, working on meaningful projects, and improving themselves. They delegate tasks that do not require their direct involvement and focus on what truly matters. The reality is that the way people spend their time determines their future. Those who waste time on distractions and unimportant tasks often find themselves struggling to achieve their dreams, while those who make intentional choices about their time create a path to success. It is easy to fall into the trap of thinking that there is always more time. People postpone their dreams, telling themselves they will start someday. But the truth is, time is finite and there is no guarantee of how much of it remains. One way to truly understand the value of time is to reflect on moments of urgency. When facing deadlines, people suddenly become aware of how much time they have left and how they need to use it wisely. Similarly, when individuals experience significant life events, such as the loss of a loved one or a personal crisis, they often realize how precious time is and regret not using it more meaningfully. These moments serve as reminders that time should never be taken for granted. If people began to see time as an irreplaceable resource, they would be more intentional about how they spend it. They would prioritize meaningful experiences, focus on personal growth, and avoid wasting time on negativity and distractions. Just as people budget their finances to ensure financial stability, they should also budget their time to ensure a fulfilling and purposeful life. Valuing time more than money leads to a richer, more meaningful existence. Money can buy material comforts, but it cannot buy moments of joy, deep connections, personal achievements, or experiences that make life truly worthwhile. When time is spent wisely, life becomes more fulfilling, goals become more attainable, and regrets become fewer. Recognizing that time is more valuable than money is the first step toward living a life that is truly well spent. Tracking time like spending is one of the most effective ways to gain control over life and make meaningful progress. Just as people track their income and expenses to ensure financial stability, they should also monitor how they use their time. Time, like money, is a limited resource. If it is not managed wisely, it can easily be wasted on distractions, procrastination, and unproductive activities. By tracking time, individuals gain awareness of how their days are spent and can make necessary adjustments to improve productivity and efficiency. Many people fail to realize how much time they waste on activities that do not contribute to their growth or happiness. Without tracking, hours slip away unnoticed, spent on social media, excessive entertainment, unimportant conversations, or mindless scrolling through a phone. Just as a person may wonder at the end of the month where all their money went if they do not track expenses, people often find themselves wondering where the day went when they fail to keep track of their time. This lack of awareness leads to frustration, unfinished goals, and a feeling of constant busyness without real accomplishment. Tracking time does not mean scheduling every minute of the day with work or obligations. It simply means being mindful of how each hour is spent. There are many methods to track time effectively. Some people use traditional planners or notebooks to record their daily activities. Others use time tracking apps that automatically monitor how much time is spent on various tasks. The method itself is not as important as the habit of tracking. The goal is to create awareness, identify patterns, and make adjustments that lead to better time management. One of the biggest benefits of tracking time is identifying inefficiencies. Just as reviewing financial statements can reveal unnecessary expenses, reviewing time logs can show where time is being wasted. People often underestimate the time spent on small distractions, checking emails, responding to messages, or browsing the internet. These small interruptions add up throughout the day, consuming hours that could have been used for productive or meaningful activities. By tracking time, individuals can recognize these patterns and take action to minimize distractions, improving overall efficiency. Another advantage of tracking time is prioritization. When people keep a record of how they spend their time, they can see whether their actions align with their goals and values. If someone values health but spends little to no time exercising, tracking will reveal this gap. If personal growth is important but no time is allocated for reading or learning, tracking will highlight this imbalance. With this insight, adjustments can be made to ensure time is spent on what truly matters. Just as people budget money to cover essential expenses before spending on luxuries, time should be allocated first to meaningful activities before engaging in less important tasks. Tracking time helps eliminate the illusion of busyness. Many people feel overwhelmed and believe they have no free time, but when they track their daily activities, they often find gaps where time is misused. This realization enables individuals to restructure their schedules, delegate tasks, or set boundaries to free up time for more valuable pursuits. It also reduces stress, as a well-structured time plan creates a sense of control and balance similar to the peace of mind that comes with financial stability. Tracking time like spending leads to a more intentional and fulfilling life. It allows individuals to take control of their days, make better decisions, and focus on activities that bring the greatest value. Just as financial discipline leads to financial freedom, time discipline leads to a life of purpose and accomplishment. By developing the habit of tracking time, people gain clarity, reduce wasted moments, and ensure that every hour contributes to their growth and happiness. Setting a time budget is one of the most powerful ways to take control of life and maximize productivity. Just as people create financial budgets to allocate their money wisely, a time budget helps allocate hours effectively, ensuring that every moment is spent with purpose. Without a clear budget, time can easily slip away, leaving individuals feeling overwhelmed, unproductive, and frustrated with unfinished tasks. However, when time is budgeted properly, it becomes a tool for achieving goals, maintaining balance, and living a more fulfilling life. A financial budget helps people categorize their income into different areas such as essentials, savings, entertainment, and investments. Similarly, a time budget involves dividing the day into specific categories such as work, personal development, relationships, health, and leisure. This structured approach prevents time from being wasted on unimportant activities and ensures that priorities receive the attention they deserve. It also helps avoid the common problem of overcommitting to work while neglecting personal well-being and relationships. One of the main benefits of setting a time budget is that it promotes intentionality. Without a plan, people often react to situations rather than proactively managing their schedules. They get caught up in urgent but unimportant, reducing stress and increasing efficiency. Instead of constantly wondering when to exercise, read, or complete a project, individuals simply follow their pre-planned schedule, freeing up mental energy for more important tasks. Setting a time budget also improves productivity. When tasks are assigned specific time slots, they are more likely to be completed efficiently. Without a set schedule, people tend to procrastinate, assuming they have plenty of time to complete their work. However, when a clear deadline is in place, focus and motivation increase. This is similar to how financial deadlines, such as bill payments, encourage responsible spending habits. Additionally, budgeting time for deep work, uninterrupted focused effort, allows individuals to complete tasks faster and with higher quality. Balancing work and personal life is another key benefit of a time budget. Many people struggle to find time for personal interests, hobbies, or self-care because work consumes most of their day. However, when time is budgeted properly, every aspect of life gets the attention it deserves. Time is allocated not only for work, but also for exercise, family, relaxation, and personal growth. This balance prevents burnout and enhances overall well-being, just as a balanced financial budget ensures that all essential expenses are covered while leaving room for enjoyment. To create an effective time budget, individuals should first identify their priorities. Just as essential expenses like rent and groceries are prioritized in a financial budget, essential activities such as work, health, and relationships should be prioritized in a time budget. Next, they should allocate time blocks for each category, ensuring that urgent and important tasks receive adequate attention. Finally, flexibility should be built into the schedule to accommodate unexpected events while maintaining overall structure. By setting a time budget, people gain clarity, reduce wasted hours, and create a life filled with meaningful activities. They take control of their schedules rather than letting time control them. Just as financial success comes from managing money wisely, life's success comes from managing time wisely. Those who budget their time effectively achieve more, experience less stress, and find greater fulfillment in everything they do. The concept of compound interest is well understood in the financial world. It refers to the process where small investments grow exponentially over time as interest builds upon interest. The same principle applies to time. Small, consistent efforts, when invested wisely, can lead to significant achievements over the long term. However, just as compound interest can work in one's favor, wasted time can accumulate into missed opportunities, unfulfilled potential, and regret. Understanding this principle and applying it to daily life can be the key to long-term success and fulfillment. Many people underestimate the power of small actions repeated consistently. Just as depositing a small amount of money into a savings account every month leads to substantial growth over the years, spending even a few minutes a day on personal growth, skill building, or meaningful work leads to extraordinary results over time. The challenge is that people often seek instant gratification. They want immediate results and get discouraged when progress seems slow. However, just as financial wealth is built over decades, personal and professional growth is the result of consistent effort applied over time. Consider the example of learning a new skill. If a person dedicates just 30 minutes a day to reading, practicing an instrument, or learning a new language, the results after a week may seem minimal. However, after a year, those daily 30-minute investments add up to 182 hours of practice, equivalent to over a month of full-time effort. Over 5 years, that small daily habit translates into expertise. The same principle applies to fitness, relationships, and career growth. Small, consistent investments compound into life-changing outcomes. On the other hand, negative habits also compound over time. Just as financial debt grows when ignored, wasted time accumulates into lost potential. A person who spends an hour each day mindlessly browsing social media or watching unproductive content loses 365 hours a year, equivalent to over 2 weeks of time that could have been used for learning, exercising, or building meaningful relationships. What seems like a small daily distraction becomes a significant loss when viewed in the long term. Successful individuals understand the power of compounding and use it to their advantage. They recognize that consistency, not intensity, is the key to progress. They do not try to master a skill overnight, but instead commit to daily, incremental improvements. This approach prevents burnout and ensures steady, sustainable growth. Just as an investor trusts the process of compound interest and remains patient, those who apply this mindset to time management reap the rewards in their careers, health, and personal lives. One way to harness the power of time compounding is to focus on habits. Establishing good habits and maintaining them consistently leads to remarkable transformation. Simple actions such as reading 10 pages of a book daily, exercising for 20 minutes, or practicing gratitude may seem insignificant at first. However, over time, they reshape mindset, skills, and overall well-being. The key is persistence, continuing even when progress feels slow, trusting that the accumulated effort will pay off in the future. Another strategy is to avoid time debt, the accumulation of wasted hours that lead to long-term consequences. Procrastination, unnecessary distractions, and poor time management create a negative compounding effect. Just as financial debt requires greater effort to repay, wasted time often results in stress, missed deadlines, and the need to work harder to catch up. Recognizing and eliminating time-wasting habits prevents the cycle of lost productivity. The power of compound interest applies not only to money, but also to life itself. Every small action, whether positive or negative, contributes to long-term outcomes. Those who invest their time wisely, build good habits, and remain consistent will see exponential growth in their skills, achievements, and overall fulfillment. Time, like money, has the potential to grow if used correctly. The key is to start small, stay consistent, and trust that every effort, no matter how minor, is building towards a greater future. Time is one of the most valuable assets a person has, yet many fail to protect it the way they would protect their wealth. Just as people guard their money against unnecessary expenses, bad investments, and theft, time should also be safeguarded against distractions, unproductive activities, and unnecessary commitments. Once time is lost, it cannot be recovered. Learning to protect it effectively can lead to a more fulfilling and successful life. One of the most effective ways to protect time is by setting clear boundaries. Many people allow others to dictate their schedule, saying yes to every request, meeting, or social event without considering how it impacts their priorities. This is similar to giving away money without a budget. Eventually, nothing is left for essential needs. Protecting time requires learning to say no to activities that do not align with one's goals or values. This does not mean rejecting everything, but rather being selective about commitments to ensure time is spent on meaningful and productive endeavors. Another important aspect of protecting time is eliminating distractions. In today's digital world, constant notifications, emails, and social media updates compete for attention, making it easy to lose hours without realizing it. Just as financial security requires careful spending and avoiding unnecessary expenses, time security requires mindfulness about where attention is directed. Setting limits on social media, turning off unnecessary notifications, and creating focused work periods can help prevent time from being wasted on low-value activities. Procrastination is another major threat to time. When people delay important tasks, they often end up rushing at the last minute, leading to stress and poor quality work. This is similar to neglecting financial responsibilities. Ignoring bills or debts only makes them harder to handle later. By taking proactive steps to complete tasks on time, people not only improve their productivity, but also reduce unnecessary stress. Simple strategies like breaking large tasks into smaller steps, setting deadlines, and using time blocking techniques can help overcome procrastination and protect valuable hours. Just as people invest money to grow their wealth, they should also invest their time in activities that provide long-term benefits. Spending time on personal growth, learning new skills, building relationships, and maintaining physical and mental health are all valuable investments. On the other hand, wasting time on negativity, toxic relationships, or activities that bring no value is like making bad financial decisions that lead to losses. By carefully choosing how and where time is spent, individuals can ensure that they are using it for growth and improvement rather than squandering it on unproductive pursuits. Surrounding oneself with the right people is another key to protecting time. Just as financial advisors warn against bad investments, being around people who drain energy, create unnecessary drama, or lack ambition can be a major waste of time. Successful individuals are careful about who they spend their time with, ensuring that their interactions are meaningful and beneficial. Building relationships with positive, driven, and inspiring people can help protect time and contribute to personal and professional growth. Rest and recovery are essential aspects of time protection. Many people overwork themselves, believing that constantly being busy is the best way to use their time. However, just as overworking a machine causes it to break down, constantly pushing without rest leads to burnout and reduced productivity. Protecting time also means setting aside moments for relaxation, reflection, and rejuvenation. Proper rest allows people to work more efficiently and make better decisions, ultimately leading to greater long-term success. In conclusion, time is a precious resource that must be guarded just as carefully as money. Setting boundaries, eliminating distractions, avoiding procrastination, making smart investments, choosing the right company, and allowing for rest are all crucial ways to protect time. Those who learn to safeguard their time effectively will find themselves achieving more, reducing stress, and leading a more balanced and fulfilling life. Time, once lost, can never be regained. Protecting it is the key to a life well spent. Maximizing the return on time is similar to maximizing financial investments. Both require strategic decision-making, prioritization, and a focus on high-value activities. Every hour spent should contribute to growth, success, or well-being in some way. Those who understand the value of their time make conscious choices to ensure that each moment is used efficiently and effectively, leading to a more productive and fulfilling life. One way to maximize the return on time is by focusing on high-impact activities. In the financial world, smart investors put their money into assets that provide the highest returns rather than spreading their investments too thin. Similarly, people should identify the tasks, projects, or habits that create the greatest value and prioritize them. This applies to work, personal development, relationships, and health. Instead of getting caught up in busy work or low priority tasks, successful individuals focus their energy on actions that bring significant progress and meaningful results. Another important principle is delegation. Just as successful businesses do not try to handle everything internally, but instead outsource tasks that others can do more efficiently, individuals should also delegate tasks that do not require their direct involvement. Many people waste valuable hours on activities that could easily be handled by someone else, whether at work or in daily life. Learning to delegate effectively frees up time for higher level thinking, creativity, and personal growth. Automation is another key strategy for maximizing the return on time. In financial management, automation helps investors consistently save and invest without having to manually make decisions every time. Similarly, automating repetitive tasks such as bill payments, email responses, or scheduling can save time and mental energy. Using technology wisely to streamline daily responsibilities allows individuals to focus on tasks that truly require their attention. Energy management also plays a crucial role in maximizing time. Many people try to maximize productivity by simply working longer hours, but this often leads to burnout and diminishing returns. Instead of focusing solely on time management, people should also manage their energy levels by taking breaks, getting enough sleep, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. A well-rested and energized individual can accomplish more in a few focused hours than someone who is exhausted and distracted over an entire day. Continuous learning and self-improvement further enhance the return on time. Just as financial investments grow when people acquire knowledge about markets and strategies, personal and professional growth accelerates when individuals dedicate time to learning new skills, expanding their expertise, and improving efficiency. Investing time in education, mentorship, or skill development leads to long-term benefits that compound over time, making each hour spent more valuable in the future. Maximizing the return on time means being intentional, strategic, and disciplined about how each moment is used. Those who apply the principles of prioritization, delegation, automation, energy management, and continuous learning will find that they achieve more in less time while maintaining balance and fulfillment. Time is an asset that, when used wisely, leads to exponential growth and lifelong success.